Hi, my name's Luke Walker. I'm a painter based in South West London in Vauxhall. I work mainly in oils. I'm selling my work on CultureLabel. I focus mainly on landscapes, both urban and sort of wilder mountain landscapes, depending on my mood. I've always painted since I was very young, but to say I've been focusing since about 1990. I've been working as an artist. My artwork was originally inspired by trips to Nepal climbing, where I began trying to capture the landscape, quite large scale paintings. But more recently I particularly was inspired by Hong Kong and the buzzing life of the city, and that has led to a particular strand of my work exploring change and flux in the city. My favourite galleries would probably be the Serpentine Gallery for its vision and for the pavilions they've set up in the summer. And then the Tate Britain for its collection and the curation, and then Foundation Mecht in Saint-Paul-de-Vence in France for its seeing art in the landscape. Three people at the moment who inspire my work. The first is John Virtue, who sort of paints monochrome landscape paintings, which are inspiring some of my recent trip to Nepal. There's an artist called Ken Law, who no one knows very much about, but he painted some quite wonderful geometrical paintings in the 60s and 70s, so they're influencing some of the geometrical work I'm doing recently. And then my other major influence is Frank Auerbach. He did a whole series on building sites. Obviously that's actually inspiring my current obsession with building sites. This is one of my more recent pieces called Battersea Power 2. It's actually Battersea Power Station. I've tried to slightly abstract it from the usual way you always see it in sort of silhouette, four chimneys. I'm obviously based pretty much behind Battersea Power Station, so I look at it most days, and so it's an enduring influence in my work. This is a very recent painting. I think the paint is actually still wet. It's of the Shard, which is going up by London Bridge Station, I think it is. My work at the moment is very much looking at city in flux, so this is a building that's actually growing out of the ground as we speak, and I'm loving the way it's silhouetted against the sky and framed by the other buildings around it. My advice to artists who are just starting out would be to embrace criticism always, and don't be afraid to change or destroy your work. It can often be improved.